Hey, what's up?
Ready for book club?
I am obsessed.
This is the worst.
What do you mean?
What? No, idiot.
Welcome to book club. Welcome to book club.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, welcome back to book club.
Welcome back to book club. Today we got a yapisode. No specific book that we're really talking about. I've got to stop fucking with the mic thing. It's
just
gonna make
take
the
it
sound.
out. Just take it out.
Okay. Bye. Now I just have to not fuck with this so it doesn't make a sound.
With what?
We don't really even have any. What?
Nothing.
Are you okay?
No.
We don't even really have any topics to talk about today. Honestly, Maddie started a new job, and haven't really gotten to talk that much, and I miss her.
4 weeks ago, I started a job. And me and Gary don't get to FaceTime 10 hours a day anymore. And let me just tell you, that shit is
that's been
whack.
really whack. We literally used to be on
That
FaceTime
shit is
all
whack.
hours of the day. I know. I need to scoot this. There we go.
Ouch.
Yeah, shit's really whack, and I miss you, bud. So
Yeah, I miss you too, bud. I hate.
tell me
Hey,
how life's been.
if you guys want to do me and Carrie a favor so we can talk 10 hours a day again, just tell your friends about book club because
Tell your friends about book club.
we want
And
to
we
talk
also
10
have-
hours a day.
Yeah, we also have more things happening soon that we've been working on. So please follow us
Yeah.
on Instagram so that you're up to date.
Please.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, we haven't really been reading that much either, which has been whack.
I've been trying to finish a 200-page book for a week. It's 200 pages.
Well, that's because it seems like a weird book. Seems like a weird book.
It is different for
I
sure.
saw.
Did you see
I don't really know what it's about, but I saw Bailey's
her review?
review of it on Goodreads, and I was like, that doesn't seem like a book I want to read. What's it called?
This is how you lose the time war.
Yeah, that sounds like not my cup of tea.
You know,
I have been.
I don't know. I thought it was like sci-fi fantasy. And I'm not disappointed that it's not sci-fi fantasy. It is kind of sci-fi fantasy, but it's more like to me, it feels like love letters back and forth. And I feel like I'm just reading love letters back and forth. And there's not like I don't know. There wasn't a lot of character building. So I don't know if I really give a fuck. I'm not sure. It is a weird book nonetheless.
I started reading Divine Rivals, which is going to be maybe the next book club episode that we talk about. I'm literally only past the prologue and the first chapter, and I really like it. It's really pretty. The writing is really pretty, and I'm excited about it. It feels like a real fantasy.
Yeah, I'm excited to start it. Maybe
and
one
within
day
the
I'll
first chapter,
finish.
Within the first chapter, you meet the what I'm assuming is the love interest, and
Hell
he sounds like
yeah.
a hot tamale. So it picks up. Like you get through it quick. I'm
You
not
know what I
exactly sure what
wish-
else going on.
I could read for the first time again.
What?
I mean, there's a lot of books that I wish I could read for the first time again, but one that I like, I don't know, I was just thinking about it when you said like I feel like the most memorable, not memorable, but like one of the most like moments that I had when meeting a male character was when we met Grimm in Light Lark.
Oh yeah.
I was just thinking about that. And I just like,
yeah, I see.
wanna
Because Alex
reread
asked her to
that.
repost so many things. She reposts so many things on TikTok, and so
Mhm.
I'm like constantly seeing Light Lark, like fan art and little like snippets and lines from that book, and I'm like, fuck, that's such a good book. Like I keep seeing the
So
meme
good.
of the Chicago song that's like, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, they both, oh yes, they both, oh yes, they both reached for the gun, It's so good, and I see them doing that with Grimm and Oro. So good. And
That's amazing.
It's
That's
so
incredible.
good. And also, Alex Astor really likes to be cryptic on Maine. So she gets on there and she says all these little weird things. And she's like, just thinking about this scene that I'm writing that I can't tell you about that's going to make people mad at me.
Okay, Alex.
Okay.
What do you
Alex?
mean by that?
Keep your mouth shut. Either open your mouth louder or keep it shut. Because this
literally.
middle ground, I'm not loving.
I saw a they both reached for the gun edit of Kai and Kit.
Oh.
You're kidding. You're kidding.
That's another thing. The brother there. So like when you first open up Divine Rivals, there's a brother, like in the prologue, an older brother, and the way they describe him sounds like Kit, and I'm like, I hope you're not a bad guy.
Yeah. I don't
think he is.
I don't fuck with older
think he'd
brothers being the bad guy trope.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't have an older brother, but I feel like if I did, I would want them to be nice.
Yeah, I also don't have an older brother. I've only read one book where like the older brother turned out to be a piece of shit, and it was Divergent. And Caleb Pryor is the worst fucking...
Oh, Caleb. Okay.
Caleb Pryor is maybe, hear me out, possibly other than Gale, the worst male character ever. I guess side character in a book.
Yeah.
Caleb Pryor sucks
Gale's
dick and
bad.
balls. Gale also sucks dick and balls.
No. You know who sucks dick and balls?
Whom?
Conrad.
Oh my God! You're so right. Fuck. Conrad.
And if we want to really throw it back to like early book club,
Mm-hmm.
Henry from The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue.
The way that I've erased Henry from my brain.
He sucks so bad.
Henry sucked so
He's the
bad.
living worst.
The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue was such a good book. It was so fun.
It was
to
such a good
go
book.
back.
But we were in such a, like, we had just come off ACOTAR, and then
were on
we
such a
read Addie
high.
LaRue, and then we jumped into Fourth Wing.
Oh my God.
The first 6 months of this year
Iconic.
was so good. The first 6 months of this year was
Incredible.
probably like
The best 6 months.
probably the most character development I've ever had. Maybe
I think that I'm right there with you.
it was
The-
so good, and none
going
of the character
from-
development was in real life.
No. Literally.
It was
Going
all
from the
up here in
high
Mind
of
Palace.
ACOTAR to the high of Addie LaRue to the high that was Fourth Wing.
and then reading Powerless. Oh
my God, if I could reread Powerless, I would sell my kidney to
Yeah.
reread Powerless for the
Yeah.
first time.
oh my God! I
Like, again, I don't know what Lauren Roberts puts in her fuck ass books, but it is like
they're so good.
Powerless is my Bible. I'm kidding. I fucking love Powerless. If I had, okay, that's
What
a
were- I
terrible
feel like we
phrase, but if you
had-
had to pick a book that was like, this is my, this is mine.
Like your Roman Empire.
Yeah.
Or better phrase, like if I saw this on TikTok, that was like this book girl, she was like, these books are the ones that like I've talked about so much that like my friends just when they hear about this book they associate it with me.
Mm-hmm.
What book would you want people to just associate with you?
I know that like my family thinks of ACOTAR. When they think of books and they think of me, they think
Yeah.
of like Christian's girlfriend Mac. She keeps sending me, she read ACOTAR. I don't think she liked it as much as like we did. I know, it's so sad. She was like halfway through and she was like,
disappointing.
she was like, I don't really like it. And I was like, Mac, hey girl, what the fuck?
Was there reasoning? Was there a reason? Because that's wrong.
Well, I didn't press too much into it because I don't want to know. I don't want to know. But she
Yeah.
keeps sending me like
Wrong.
ACOTAR themed things, like TikToks. And
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. So I know that like ACOTAR
Yeah, I think
is.
that my family definitely does too. But
But,
I
like-
think if I had to choose, huh? I
What
was
an evil little
This is a
giggle.
horrible thing. Oh, because I was thinking, I was like, what books would be so funny if people associated them with you? And I was like, oh, the Twisted series. And I was like, no, maybe that's bad. But when I think of Twisted Games, I think about you.
Good. Good.
I think fantasy-wise, I would pick Fourth Wing. Just because I really, really, really like Violet.
I love Violet. I saw a TikTok the other day that was like, you know that sound that's like, since we're all gonna die, there's one more thing I have to share with you. I did not care for The Godfather. Someone used that and was like, Violet Sorrengail is the worst female main character in any fantasy book or something like that. Or like, I did not care for Violet at all. And I was like, what?
That's bold. That's bold.
What?
That's bold.
That's crazy.
Did we read the same book? Did we? Sometimes
What?
I see shit like that and I'm like, okay, we did not read the same book.
But there's people who like The Cruel Prince.
And Conrad.
There's bitches out here
now that
who like Conrad.
Now that I have seen seasons 1 and 2 of The Summer I Turned Pretty, and I've read both books. I haven't read the third book, but I know all these bitches on TikTok have not all of them have read all 3 books, and there's not some crazy thing that happens in the third book. I can almost guarantee you.
What if
that
she ends
can
up
make-
with Conrad?
She's
I
probably going to.
swear
If I'm going
to
off of-
God, if I
if I'm
read
going
that
off of
third
what
book,
everybody,
no,
yeah.
I'll burn it.
I get on TikTok and I see everybody talking about him. And I'm like, okay, I've seen it all now, and they're like,
What's the hype?
I saw one today where it was like there's a scene in the second season and in the book where it's Jeremiah's thoughts, and he's like basically saying Conrad ignored her for years. He doesn't deserve her. He blah 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 blah. And it's just like his inner monologue.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw somebody take that line and then it being like Conrad ignoring Belly, and it was all like flashbacks when they were a kid where he was like showing her how to like throw a football, and like Steven and Jeremiah were like holding something above her head and he like grabbed it and just like handed it to her, and it was like, that is not like redeeming enough to make up for the fact of how he acts as an 18-year-old.
No, literally.
Like him having some moments of kindness, some moments of like, oh, hey, here, let me teach you how to do this, is not making up for the fact that he is a douche.
He's a grade A fucking dick lord.
Some of the worst people I've ever met have had moments where I was like, oh, decent of them. It's not even being nice. They're just being a decent human being. And you're like, see, he's so nice.
No.
Women, this is the problem. Girls, get it together.
Girls.
This is the issue. Just because a guy does something decent
that's not
mean
a redeeming
he's good.
quality. Yeah.
That is not even the bare minimum. That's still pretty much below the bar.
Hey, so the
Like,
bar's
duh, you're-
actually sitting in fucking hell. Like the
Yeah,
bar
they're like,
is
oh my God, wait, nah.
Hades
He,
is
like-
holding the
He like
bar.
opened the door for this elderly woman who was walking with a cane and had her hands full. Oh, he opened the door for her. Yeah,
Obviously.
no shit. A toddler could do that.
Like, bro, no.
Whatever.
No. Conrad
Whatever.
sucks.
Jeremiah,
and I
and that's the thing.
swear to
I don't
God
even
if I
want
read that
Belly-
book.
I don't even want Belly with Jeremiah. I want Jeremiah to find someone better, someone new. Because
You know
Belly
what?
sucks too.
Belly is kind of insufferable. Belly,
She
I
is a little
fear,
bit.
is not a girl's girl.
But sometimes so is Taylor. Taylor kind of
Taylor,
sucks too.
in the book, Taylor sucks.
In the book, she's way worse. She's
In the
better
book,
in the
she's-
show. Everyone's
better
as
in
a
the show.
whole is better in the show.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
except for the dad. The dad is bad all the time.
Yeah,
Mr.
Adam
Fisher
sucks.
is terrible the whole time.
Adam's
The
the
worst.
worst. Conrad's definitely
Yeah.
better in the show just because I forget his actor's name. But he's a
The actor's really
phenomenal.
good.
He's a very good actor.
Yeah.
He acts Conrad very well. Jeremiah obviously better in the show. Hello.
Obviously better in the show.
I love
Is he over
Jeremiah.
18?
Yeah, Jeremiah.
Is he a
He's
grown
older
adult?
than he's older than me. I think he's your age.
Oh,
I think
okay.
he's like 6 months older
Big
than me,
side,
so
big
like
side.
right around your age.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
I'm pretty sure he was born in
Gotta be
99.
careful out there.
But
Woo!
yeah, love him. And Steven also better than the show. Laurel,
Steven's
Laurel
better
is
in the show.
so much better in the show. I actually like Laurel in the show. Like
but
in the
also
book, I was like, oh, her mom
we
kind of
talked about
sucks.
this we talked about this a couple weeks ago, where it was like the show just gave every single character more depth
Yeah,
in the books.
yeah.
We also, I
Belly,
think, talked about that last week too.
I actually really like in the show. Like I love Belly, but I cannot tell if that's
She
because I
feels real.
love her actress Lola Tung. Like I love
Mhm.
her. I think she's so cute and so fun.
Yeah, she's so cute.
I can't tell if I like Belly as a character if I just like her.
Yeah. Oh, hey, do you watch Emily in Paris?
No,
You so should.
I do not.
Because it is the most, like, arguably, like, not great acting all the time,
right.
but it's very dramatic. Like, it's almost like the drama goes crazy, where it's almost like, I don't want to say a soap opera because it's like funnier and more lighthearted than a soap opera, but like it feels a little soapy sometimes, where I'm like, oh, it's like she's with this guy, but then she meets his girlfriend, and actually now she's pregnant, and they're still whatever. Like shit goes crazy, and then it's like, nah, the pregnant girl's like cheating on the man with another girl. Like it goes crazy, but it's all set in Paris, so it's all beautiful. All the outfits are amazing, and
tracks.
Lily Collins is also just like the best.
I
And
don't know,
it makes me want to
our,
move to Paris with you, and it makes me want to live in Paris with you and go crazy.
I mean, I wouldn't have to watch the show to want to move to Paris with you and go crazy.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like the way that we watch shows, like we have a meeting ground, but I feel like otherwise we are in two different lanes going separate directions.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't feel like we watch the same things.
No, we don't really.
We don't.
But
Like, the
I
only-
really feel like
I watch like Law
Okay,
and Order
Emily in Paris is,
SVU
like-
and How to Get Away with Murder and
yeah.
Schitt's Creek. Schitt's Creek is like the one
I
like
do
funny show that I
do
like.
watch. I watch SVU. I used to watch it like a lot, but like yeah, now it's a little too intense for me. As in this phase of my life, I cannot watch things that are too intense, except for maybe Outlander.
Yeah. Outlander and
But I feel
The
like
Summer I Turned Pretty is like our meeting ground.
yeah, but I don't know. I just really feel like Emily in Paris is like a rom-com as like a TV show.
Oh.
And all the colors are so bright and the locations are beautiful. It's just fun to watch. It feels kind of like trash TV a little bit, but with like a little more
trash
substance.
TV. Do you
But
watch
it has
You?
like a little more in there. I watched the first season and then I didn't watch anything after that.
You know what? I don't like how graphic and like gruesome it is, but I love Penn Badgley, however the hell you say his last name.
Yeah. Gossip
And-
Girl himself.
And I loved Quinn. I
saw a lot of clips of her.
am a Love Quinn sympathizer. I think,
She kills people, right?
and I love her for it.
I'm seeing, because I read Verity, I'm seeing a lot of Verity TikToks and stuff.
Yeah.
And I saw a thing and it was like that scene, and something as I was reading I didn't even realize, but like the teeth mark on the bed frame scene,
Yeah.
when it's like reading that scene in Verity and realizing that Lowen might be just as crazy as Verity. And then I saw a thing right after that was like, finishing Verity and trying to decide if you're a manuscript believer or a letter believer.
Yeah. That's like the hardest thing. I still to this day
I don't think that's
know.
a spoiler.
No.
The manuscript was just so
it's
real.
Yeah. It's like, I think we said that. I don't know if I said this in the video. I don't know if we just talked about it on the phone. I never know what I say. If like, I don't know if anything I say is documented. Like I don't remember. I'm not sure if this is documented already, but it's like when Taylor Swift wrote Tolerate It and was like, but I'm not experiencing it. Okay, so like you typically like I just like don't really believe that you can write something like that and not actively be or at least maybe not actively, but you definitely have experienced it at some point.
Yeah.
And like
I've thought
the
about
manuscript
that,
gave that. I'm like,
yeah, it's like
crazy.
it's almost too. How do you write something like that you don't believe? Did she like? There's no way that's still confirmed that she was like, I've never been in a tolerated situation.
Yeah, no, she definitely now looking like I'm pretty sure.
Obviously, was she just in denial?
She was just because she put it on. I'm pretty sure she put Tolerate It on the when she made the Apple playlist.
Yeah,
and she was like the 5 stages of grief.
But to write a song like that, you can't still be in denial. Like you wrote it, you put it out on paper. Like you looked at it and wrote it and said, yeah.
Now she's like, yeah. But like when do you remember the Long Pond studio sessions? When she was like, this is all fake. This is all just a story. No, girl, it's not.
No, girl. Oh my God, that hurts me in my core. That like is a knife in the stomach.
Like Exile thinking that she was going through that. Hey, shoot me.
Hey. Hey. Him helping write songs about
him being
surely
shitty.
They knew that he was like, no. What if the guy did this? What if he
Champagne
did this?
Problems? He helped write that.
You're telling that's crazy.
Sure. You're kidding.
That's crazy.
What a fucking dickbag.
To be like, hey, but what if you said this about you?
Hey, and what if
you said, what if the line was
like literally
I wouldn't marry me either?
What like looking back at TTPD, the first line is I was a functioning alcoholic till nobody noticed my new aesthetic. But in Champagne Problems, imagine Joe wrote that line that was like, what a shame she's fucked in the head. Like she would have made a perfect wife. What if Joe was like, what if you said that? What if you thought you were a perfect wife?
What if you did that?
What if, and hear me out, Taylor.
What if in the end he finds a different girl that's better?
Insane. I'm sick.
Or him helping write, I don't know what all songs he helped write, but imagine he's helping write Betty and he's like, but what if the guy comes back and she's just like, cool, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Like what if he like goes and fucks this other girl and then like the girl, he comes back to the other girl and is like, I'm sorry, and she just says okay. What about that?
Somewhere in the haze got a sense I'd been betrayed.
I'm gonna throw up.
I knew Midnights was a breakup album. The second
I know you did. I know you did.
I started listening to that. I was like, I literally had to Google, are Joe Alwyn and Taylor Swift still together? And it was like, yeah, they're still together. And I was like, lies. That cannot be true.
The rust that grew between telephones, the lips I used to call home.
Insane.
Shut up.
You're kidding.
But then at the same time, I heard Maroon. I heard
Lavender
The Great
Haze.
War, and I was like, oh my God, wait, yes, I want this because I'm a lover girl. But then I was like, wait a minute, this sounds like maybe High Infidelity is like not. I'm confused. Taylor?
Yeah, she went.
Hello?
She's crazy. I would like to talk about Taylor Swift in a minute, but on the note of Verity, I just think this is a good segue into the one thing that I wanted to talk about on this episode is It Ends With Us. The drama. The downfall of Blake Lively that happened in a week.
I don't know.
What is happening?
I don't know if that's real. I don't know.
I mean, it's definitely
I will
real.
say,
The internet has
I don't know
dug
everything.
in. I don't know everything
I don't
either.
watch everything. Like, I haven't seen the movie because I wanted to read the book first, but now I'm like, fuck, maybe I should just go see the movie. But I already bought the book.
I have the book on my shelf. Colleen Hoover books are so easy to read. I fear that like once I finish Divine Rivals and How You
we
Lose
could
the
just
Time
read it real
War,
quick. And
I feel like we can read it. And there's 2 Colleen Hoover books that I literally sat down like last year when I was unemployed. That I sat down at the beginning of the morning and I was done by the time Brian got home from work. So like I'm really not pressed about like I want to finish the book.
I have a couple of flights coming up. I'll just read on airplanes.
Yeah, just read on the plane.
I kind of love getting on an airplane and reading. That's so freeing. No phone, nothing. Can't really do anything. Just read.
Love it. Until like the last time I got on a plane, I was reading The Second Summer I Turned Pretty, and I was sitting immediately, like I was in the first row behind first class, and I opened my book, and this man in the I'm in the aisle seat, and the man in the other aisle seat like literally like peers forward and like tries to look at my mind your business. First of all,
no. First of all, you might see something you don't want to see. You don't know what book I'm reading.
No, literally.
Okay.
And like
I don't want you to be clutching your pearls on this airplane. Get a grip.
Like, and he was like an older man. And like whatever, I was reading a teeny bopper book. Like I was literally reading It's Not Summer Without You. So
yeah.
But like also then sometimes like I saw some girl reading, what book was it? It was when I was going to, I don't know where I was going. I think it might have been the same day. I was reading It's Not Summer Without You. And I was sitting like by the gate and I was reading, and this girl who looked around our age was reading fucking Dune. And here I am reading fuck ass It's Not Summer Without You. And she's reading
what
Dune.
What even
and
happens in Dune? Why do they have the little oxygen things in their nose?
I think
what
it's
is that?
I think it's a dystopian. I mean, it's gotta be
weird.
It's gotta be a dystopian. I don't know. It's.
I mean,
giving
I love
like
Zendaya.
Maze
I
Runner.
love Timothy Chalamet, but like weird. I didn't have any interest in it. Nothing about it.
And the book
appealing
is
to me
like 1,000
besides the red carpet
pages.
outfits. If I'm reading that many pages, it's gonna be Outlander.
Yeah, real, or Throne of Glass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Weird. Back to Blake Lively though.
Yeah.
What exactly have you seen?
So I just.
Where's your stance on it?
I don't know. I don't really like. I'm not really like taking a stance.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
It's
Like, but I'm just like, what is?
It's like I kind of just feel like it's like the J-Lo thing. Have you seen that? How J-Lo just like got canceled because she's like tone deaf and apparently kind of a bitch. I'm not sure.
I have seen some people say like that they're like not that she was like when people are like, oh, like they're waiters or whatever, and they're like, oh, what was your worst celebrity experience? It's always like J-Lo or something, Jessica Simpson maybe.
Yeah. But I think there's also like a meme. I was telling Brian because she's Puerto Rican, and there's like a meme that she can't actually speak Spanish. It's like really fucking funny. Like I'm not taking a stance on it. I have no opinion on J-Lo. I just think it's goddamn hilarious. Like when I see memes and shit and like see people talking about it. Obviously, at the end of the day, I am just a girl and I love drama and I love gossip. So like obviously I'm watching these TikToks at 2x speed. Like I'm holding that button, like I'm holding that screen down like my life depends on
Okay, wait.
it.
I'm going to sound old as shit here for a second. Because I haven't had TikTok on my phone for a long time, and I just got it back a couple of weeks ago. Fucking sue me. I can never figure out how to make the TikToks go faster.
Just hold it
I
down.
keep pressing in different places, and it never works. It never works.
Maybe try to...
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Let me move this. Okay. The band Camino said, I don't even know what I was talking about. What the fuck was I saying?
If you're not watching, Maddie had a poster that just completely fell right on top of her head.
Oh my god.
And if you aren't watching, rewind and go watch that.
What the hell? Okay. I don't know what I was talking about.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I mean, it's
How
plastic.
to make the TikTok How to make the TikTok go faster.
Fuck. The band Camino doesn't want you to know. You just hold down on the screen. Anyways, you should. Okay, I think that's what I was saying. Delete TikTok and re-download it. I don't know. Mine stopped working, like my ability to go 2 times fast, and so I just like deleted TikTok and re-downloaded it. Otherwise, you can like hold on the screen.
It's only worked for me one time.
Yeah, maybe delete it and re-download it.
Yeah, I'll try that.
Worked for
Anyways,
Blake
Lively.
Back to the Blake Lively J-Lo thing. Not really sure. I've just seen like a bunch of clips of like Blake Lively. I think I sent you a bunch. Like there was a clip from an interview that was never released by this, like, I think she was Norwegian interviewer, some kind of over there interviewer, and she like sat down.
That blonde girl, where they were like, "Oh, she was rude." Something about the baby bump.
Yeah.
Did that one?
Yeah.
I saw that.
I hated that because that was so rude.
Which like I watched it and I'm like,
why would she say, like, if you announce that you're pregnant, people are going to congratulate you.
Yeah.
I would. I mean.
Yeah,
I would assume,
I
like,
agree
oh my gosh,
with
congrats
that.
on your bump. Congrats on your bump. Hi, I'd actually kill myself. Like,
okay, but there's times where I'm just trying to give the benefit of the doubt here, that I'm like, there are times like days, I don't know, where I'm like trying to make a joke and it comes off like aggressive as fuck.
mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh no, it was supposed to be funny, and like you can tell that it's like, oh, that wasn't funny. But it seemed like maybe she was trying to like, she'd be like, oh, she's got like, to like her, whatever, the other actor, whoever was in the interview with her, she like looked at her and was like, she's got two nice bumps, like referring to her tits. And I was like, okay, maybe she was trying to make it like lighthearted and funny.
Did you see the rest
after
of the
interview?
interview?
Maybe realized like, oh, I said something shitty. No. Oh,
It got
fuck.
worse. It got
Am
worse.
I wrong?
It got
Oh,
worse. Like
fuck.
the girl that she was with was a raging cunt too. Okay, actually, let me not say that. She wasn't a raging cunt, but they were both just like at the end of the interview, the interviewer was like, "Okay, well, thank you." It was very awkward, and the girl that she was with, Blake Lively, actually, like, I think like it looked like she was trying to smile at her, like, thanks. Looked like a fake smile, but the other girl, the other actor that she was with, literally goes. And like the biggest eye roll you've ever seen. And I was like, oh, damn. And there was another part where like the movie, I don't remember what movie it was. But I think it was about like 20s flappers. Like I think that's when it took place. I'm not sure. But from what I understood about the movie, the costumes were a big part of it. And so the interviewer obviously asked about like the wardrobe, and Blake Lively goes, yeah, I wonder if you would just like ask the men the same thing though.
I saw
and the
that.
interviewer
Okay,
was like, I would. Like the interviewer literally goes, I would. And that's so sad.
Man.
But like, I don't know. I just like also sometimes, some days you can just be a bitch. Like there are many days where I'm sure I'm just having a conversation and they're like, wow, she's a bitch. I'm not like trying to be a bitch by any means. Some days you're just not feeling it. And also, I feel like, especially when you're famous, everything you do kind of being highlighted. Like you can be having an off day and there's going to be cameras on you. And like, that's gotta fucking suck.
And also too, like, she got famous so young, but like a lot of people do. And I guess, like, I don't know, if I had to be in interviews as like a teenager, I'd probably be an asshole too. The hard part is that, like, some of these clips I'm like, oh, you're a full-grown woman.
Yeah.
And I don't know, this is gonna sound so chronically online, but I just love Taylor Swift so much. And I know that I don't know her, but I trust her, like, a lot. And I'm like, well, if Taylor Swift is friends with her, she can't be that bad. But then I'm like,
she could just be bad to, like, I mean, I don't know.
I have met a lot of people that I'm like, oh yeah, you're a good friend. I would hate to work with you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I also, like, there is one thing that I will say that I fear is true about Blake Lively. One of the girls that I work with today was saying, like, she went and saw It Ends With Us last night. And I had seen this on TikTok multiple times. And they were like, Blake Lively has never played any other character other than Serena Vanderwoodson. Like, she just keeps playing Serena over and over, just like kind of in a different font. Like Lily Bloom. Also, I really have no qualms with Blake Lively other than, like, she seems like a bitch in some of the interviews that she's been in. But I'm kind of with you on the Taylor Swift thing. The only thing that I really have like a issue with that was really tone deaf that I'm like, ooh, PR needs to get on that. The DV thing. How she was like, no, it doesn't. Yeah. It doesn't define you. Okay. Nobody's saying that. Or like someone asked, like an interviewer asked, like, hey, how would you handle, like, if somebody wanted to talk to you about the message of this movie, obviously being fucking domestic violence, and they came up to you, how would you handle it? And she's like, well, what do they want? Do they want me to, like, share my location with them? Hey, girl, so I actually just think they're asking, like, what your thoughts are on starring in a movie about fucking domestic violence.
Yeah, literally. And also, too, I don't, again, I haven't read It Ends With Us yet. I've seen a couple of TikToks that I've scrolled past because I don't want spoilers, but it's like things where people are saying when they left out that there's like some significant things that like bring more meaning that they left out. And I've seen some people saying like, oh, like I watched the movie and I feel like I need to watch it again to really understand it. And it's like, okay, I'm hoping maybe when I read the book, it'll kind of fill in whatever, like, as I'm watching it. I don't know. But I have seen some people say, like, the Lily Bloom we wanted versus the Lily Bloom we got.
Well, Lily Bloom is supposed to be 25 or 20, like, in her 20s. And Blake Lively is 40. Well,
and she's beautiful.
She's stunning. For a 40-year-old, she doesn't look 20, though. Like, she doesn't, you're not going to put her next to a 20.
She is drop dead gorgeous, but she's not 25.
No, she's not. And they did dress Lily Bloom very funky.
From the pictures I've seen, like a fan art, I guess, she almost gives, like, she was supposed to, like, from what I'm assuming from the fan art I've seen on TikTok, is that she's, like, supposed to be, like, this, like, mousy redhead, like, really hot mousy redhead. Yeah. Like, tiny, I'm almost picturing that actress from Outlander. The first, I can't remember the actress's name, but the one that's gets burned like a witch.
Oh,
the redhead.
Yeah, I don't remember her name either.
Yeah, whatever that actress is, I don't know. But she's really pretty. I'm picturing that, or I'm picturing Victoria from like season 1, or not season 1, from the first Twilight movie.
Yeah.
That like red hair, like mousy face, but like very intriguing to look at. That's what I'm assuming is what they were looking for, and like I don't think that's Blake Lively.
No, I agree. I'm 100% with you. Yeah, but I don't know. That's like the only real thing that I'm like, okay, yeah, definitely could have handled that better.
I definitely didn't love the difference between how she was marketing the movie versus how the actual director dude was marketing the movie. Yeah. Because it did seem like if I didn't already know the plot of the book or like the sort, like what it, was about, that you'd go to it thinking it was like a rom-com almost, or like just like a romance movie.
Yeah.
And
they were definitely marketing it like a romance.
All I was seeing was like the flower shop and the fun outfits and her hair care brand. I did see somebody saying like her hair being a rat's nest the entire movie while trying to sell her new hair care.
Yeah.
And then also like pitching it with Wolverine / Deadpool, like trying to make it like a Barbenheimer situation.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe let this one sit on its own. Maybe.
Yeah. I agree. But there are like
super weird.
Yeah, it's just like I feel like being famous is such a hard thing.
There's certain
Socially,
I do think you have
I
to
think it's
give
hard.
like I think there are certain things that it's like you have to I don't know if necessarily like give grace is the word for. I would do that from like me. Like if I was to meet someone, like I'd give them a little bit of grace. But like I don't think it's necessarily something everybody has to do, but it is like an understanding of like if you want to be famous or you are famous, there is at the bare minimum a small amount of out of touch that just comes with that.
Absolutely.
Because you're no longer living like a normal person. Like there is even if it's not a big, like I've met people at YouTube parties and whatever where I'm like they are in the grand scheme of things a drop in the bowl, a drop of water in the ocean, and they have a little bit of out of touch, and I'm like, okay. Yeah. If that's where you are and you still have that, I can't even imagine it being your entire life from your teenage years to well into your 40s.
Yeah. I feel like it's being famous and like having I guess like looking at famous people's personalities and the way they act under a microscope is kind of like the whole it's just like I don't know. I'm like conflicted on how I feel. It's kind of like the same way I feel about influencers talking about their political opinion. Yes, I think it's great that we definitely need to, if you have a huge platform, like definitely I think it's responsible sometimes to use it. But at the same
I
time,
wouldn't even go that far. I think it's still, if you have a platform and you have big opinions on certain things that you like want to talk about, that you want to like, when people think about you as a person, like for example, like I know there are certain things about you and your personality that I'm like, oh, these are things that you're really not okay with.
Yeah.
And they really matter to you. And those are like your big thing, which is why I get like confused when somebody's like tries to be an activist for everything, because that's quite literally not possible.
It's just impossible.
You cannot be that involved and that passionate and that devoted to every social issue. But there are, for most people, there's a select few things that they really care about, whether it's because of a past experience, whatever, who knows. But I think if that's like, if on your platform you want to promote those things and talk about those things, that's great. But I do not think that it is like, I don't think you should expect anybody like to get up there and on the internet and say something about quite literally every big event that's going on. The same way that it's like, okay, you wouldn't go to like one of your friends and be like, hey, knowing that they might not have, the reality is they might not know anything about it. You can't have an opinion on everything.
Yeah.
That is that strong. So it's like, why are we expecting that from other people? Just
also,
because they have people who follow them? That's almost more dangerous.
That's kind of how I think too. It's almost
having
more
people
dangerous.
give an opinion on something that they
know
can't
nothing
fully
about.
Understand is not a great idea.
Like, sorry,
and also,
but I don't
trusting people's opinions that when you don't really know them, and they're speaking out on like every single big thing. Like there are certain things that, like Taylor Swift shouldn't speak out that often, but she's not a politician. She speaks out on certain things. She talked about it on Miss Americana, but it was like she did not go through her entire career, her teenage years, her early 20s, spouting every opinion that she had, whether it was her publicist's idea or not. Why are you listening to people who are, especially when it's just like a TikTok influencer, why are you listening to like some random 22-year-old's opinions on everything.
Yeah.
Have you ever met a 22-year-old? They don't know what they're doing.
They don't know what they're no. Like, and I also just think there are some things that like everybody can agree that that's like not super cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or, like,
There's
these
some
are
fundamental things. That's like, yes, obviously we can talk about those because it's like no shit. But when it gets into like more nuanced things or like it's one thing when to post, hey, go register to vote.
Right.
Duh.
Obviously.
Yeah, go register to vote. That's a great thing to promote on your platform. But it's another thing to get up there and say like, hey, here's who you should vote for. And if you don't vote for this person, then here's all the reasons that you're wrong and all of the... And it's like, okay.
Or the people at this point, like it's getting really bad where I've seen people being like, hey, so actually, yeah, don't vote for Donald Trump. But actually, if you vote for Biden, then you're supporting Palestinian death. So I don't know how to tell you this. It's a two-party system. And I'm not listening to bitches on TikTok tell me what I should do for my political affiliations.
Also, I think what gets really wild right now, and this is across all boards, is why are we acting like we are fans of politicians?
Why are we
you
doing
acting
that?
like you are? Why are you their cheerleaders? Okay,
no, I don't. First
you're
of
not
all,
supposed.
You'll never see me cheering for a man. Period. Unless it's Harry motherfucking Styles or Niall Horan.
Literally, yeah,
or the band.
Put
Camino.
One Direction in a room. I'll eat my words, but I just think that
if creating
like,
a fangirl group for a man,
politicians are meant to serve the country. The country's not meant to serve them.
Right. And let's be honest, none of them have served since like Obama.
Yeah.
Obama served. He was funny and he was cunty. Why don't we have a funny cunty president? I want a funny cunty president.
There's also a bunch of he was funny and cunty, but there's also a bunch of dumb shit that he did too. They're politicians. They are. I don't trust them. There's money and evil in everything.
I was gonna say they're all probably evil anyways,
and they're all friends behind closed doors.
Literally,
because
that's the like most annoying thing is that like people now are like, hey, so actually I fucking hate you and I'll kill you if you have a different political opinion than me. But they were opposite political parties. Like they were running.
Yeah.
They were not running.
They were
mates,
run club buddies.
But like they're running for different. He's a Republican. He's a Democrat. They're both running for president. Like they are literally.
Yeah.
It is not. They're not thinking of it that deep.
No, what they're thinking is, how am I going to get the most votes? And right now, being extreme gets you the most votes. Not to get all political in book club.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying.
Not to get all
why
political
do we want
in
all
book
of
club,
these?
but at the end of the day, some things are. Some things are political. Some books are political. Hunger Games is political.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
It's rooted in
I don't know.
politics.
I just think that I'm not saying that Blake Lively doesn't get up there and sound like an idiot sometimes.
No, for sure.
But also at the same time, I think, first of all, everybody stands up and sounds like an idiot a lot of the time.
Unfortunately.
And also, I think we're expecting too much from celebrities just because they're celebrities. It's like they made their job strictly by entertaining people. When you're in high school and you want to say, like, I was a theater kid. When you go to and you're in high school and you're in theater and they ask you, what do you want to do when you graduate high school? And you say, oh, I want to be an entertainer. I want to be in film. I want to be on Broadway. Like, whatever. The adults look at you like you're stupid and crazy.
Right.
Because they're like, that's not a practical job.
Realistic.
That's not a public service job. That's not something that whatever. Like, they give you all these reasons that it's not real.
Mm-hmm.
So celebrities are literally just people who have careers in entertainment. The one career path that when you're in high school, other adults are like, that's not a real thing. Like,
Yeah,
It's
be
entertainment.
serious.
It's not like you're an accountant. So it's like,
Right.
okay, if adults are not taking entertainment industry seriously, even when you're talking to children, but then all of a sudden all these adults at the same time, millennials, might I add, millennial teachers, get on, surely they have people they're fans of on TikTok. I see plenty of people on TikTok and on Facebook that are like, I can't believe this. And it's like, aren't you the same person who was like, hey, don't take the entertainment industry seriously? Why are you now taking celebrities who are in the entertainment industry seriously
Yeah.
outside of their actual profession?
Yeah.
Like,
it
yeah,
is
you
a
can take them seriously as an actor.
Yeah. And
You can
well,
take
it's
them
like
seriously as a
very
performer.
nuanced
But
thing.
now you're like, oh, I want to listen to your political views. Okay, you don't know that person.
No. And like, let's be honest. Like, it's like asking an athlete or like a football player, give me your opinion. No, they have CTE damage. I actually
think-
don't want their opinion. Their
Even
frontal
I think
lobe
even
is-
Hosier said this in like an interview where he was like, somebody asked him like a political question and he was like, I'm an artist, brother. I write music.
literally.
He's like, I have opinions, but like that's not my job. I'm not. If I wanted to be a politician, I would be one.
Yeah, I would. If I had the IQ to go to law school and become a politician, that's what I would have done. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem super fulfilling, so didn't do that.
Yeah, no, I think the only thing that honestly I can, because like, I'm sorry, I love Blake Lively. I don't care what anybody says. The only thing that I'm still a little bit like about is like, yeah, she maybe should have like promoted the movie in a light that was like, hey, yeah, it's fun and flowers and it's a fun movie premiere, but also this is very real.
It is very real and it is very serious.
Yeah.
Like maybe should have memorized
what
a
I feel like
domestic
they did
violence
a good
hotline
job?
or something.
Yeah, I feel like they did pretty good doing that with like Barbie. Like, yeah, Barbie's like a fun movie. It's funny, Barbie
It's
and Ken
Barbie.
and whatever.
But it's also a feminist
there was a lot of
masterpiece.
promotion. Yes. There's also a lot of the press where they were like, yeah, this is by women, for women, about women.
Mm-hmm.
And even after plenty of men got mad about it and they were like, this is anti-men. No.
Okay.
And even then they were like, what exactly about this made you mad? And they talked about it then. It was very a part of the conversation, and I think they did that very well.
Yeah. Even if it was anti-men, what about it?
I just think that it's like I have seen men who love Barbie, and even if they aren't like in love with it the way that like women are, obviously they're not. But like they can be like, yeah, I get it. Like it's a good movie.
It is.
I get why women like it. And then I could like look at a man and be like, oh, you either like Barbie or you didn't.
You really wouldn't understand Barbie.
Yeah.
Just men who
And I
give off
can
those
tell, I'm like,
vibes.
oh, if you saw, there's definitely men who give off those vibes. And I'm like, oh, you got mad. I know exactly which parts of Barbie you got mad at too. And that's exactly what they wanted. They wanted men to be able to watch it and be like, well, that's not fair. The apple orchard.
Literally.
It's like, yeah, that's the point. That's the point.
It's like
Whatever.
they see the point, they walk into it, and then they step over it. And they're like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah. It smells weird in my room right now.
Like what?
I don't know. Like burnt popcorn, maybe?
Oh.
Very
Interesting.
strange. Don't know where that came from. Ugh. Hated that.
Well, that was a very weird episode.
That was a really weird episode.
I don't even know what we talked about. A lot of Blake Lively and then accidentally politics. Sorry about that, guys. Last week or
Hey.
2 weeks ago, we were yapping about how much we
It's
hated
a
the Brits.
yapisode.
Sorry.
We've been on a weird roller.
We've been on
this little weird roller coaster lately.
We're on a weird wavelength.
Listen, Mercury's in retrograde. Okay.
Is it actually?
Oh yeah, it's been in retrograde for like all of August almost.
Well, that's why our episodes are so fucking weird.
Yeah, and then also in July, it was like I don't know, something was in some moon, some planet was in like a Cancer
Placement.
realm, and so placement, yeah. And so it made everybody sad. And also there's a full moon tonight. It's August 19th when we're filming this. There's a blue supermoon tonight.
Wow.
And its placement is in Aquarius during Mercury's retrograde. And so apparently, I've been on astrology TikTok. Apparently that means that everything is shitty right now. Like crazy. And like it's like a big shift for people, and it's like crazy energy happening. And Aquarius is another air sign. I'm a Libra, and that's also an air sign. But Aquarius is a little more wishy-washy than Libras are. So I'm like, yeah, y'all are a little on the crazier end.
Yeah, so actually my SIRI, I can't say it because my computer will started talking that whole time you were. So I didn't hear anything that you said.
Oh.
I heard that.
Well, I basically was just saying that it's in Aquarius, and Aquariuses are the crazier air signs in a Libra's opinion. They get a little freaky.
Okay.
And this supermoon is in that, and so everything is crazy right now, and it's supposed to be until like the 28th or something like that. So
Motherfucker.
everyone hang on tight. Hang on tight.
That's a lot.
Because I think shit's getting crazy. I'm hoping things calm down in the fall.
Crazy.
Because I'm about over this summer. I'm done with it, actually. It started out great, and I'm done with it.
I actually just want to live like January through April. Yeah. January through the end of April on repeat. Everything good happened from January to April. All of ACOTAR, all of Fourth Wing, Addie LaRue, Powerless, the Hosier concert.
But I'm really hoping that I have my hopes up for about halfway through September through December. I'm having my fingers crossed for the end of this year.
Yeah, we get to go to Taylor Swift in October, and you turn 25, so
yeah, we get
surely
to go to
things are gonna
we get to go to Taylor Swift.
good.
We're going to a fantasy ball.
Yeah.
We're gonna be in San Francisco.
Why the fuck did you say?
I'm hoping. San Francisco. I don't know.
If we have any friends and followers who are going to, we should post about that. We're going to that.
Going to the fantasy ball.
Yeah, it's in San Francisco.
Yeah, we should.
And it's
we need to
ball.
get into the Discord.
We do need to get into the Discord. We'll do that after we wrap this up. But yeah, that was a crazy episode. Yeah. And it's because
that was crazy.
Mercury's in retrograde. It's
because macaroni's in the Gatorade. So everyone hang on tight.
I can't believe my poster fell on me too. Like, what the fuck?
Well,
what a crazy
thanks for coming
episode.
to Book Club.
Sorry for the past hour. That was really hectic and wild. Roller coaster.
And heavy a little.
And a little heavy.
Roller coaster.
Next week, hopefully we'll be talking about Divine Rivals, and
yeah.
Hopefully it lives up to my expectations.
I hope so. It has really good reviews on Goodreads.
Fuck yes. That's what I'm looking.
So yeah, follow us on everything. Follow us on Spotify. Follow us on Instagram, is where we post all of our updates mostly. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Goodreads to keep up with what we're currently reading. Yeah. And subscribe on YouTube. And we'll see you next week.
Thanks for coming to Book Club.